Greetings Soulswind here and welcome to Let's Play Shapez IO. In the last episode, we started on level 1 to level 6. On the last episode, it was a little bit messy. I didn't have a good plan on how I should go about introducing the game and the different things. So here we'll go by each category, starting with the unlock. So, by reaching level 7, the painter is unlocked. This is the painter. We have two different types of painter right now. So it's just this one where it faces downwards and then another one that faces upwards. The color receptacle either faces down or faces up. So extract the circles, okay, feed them into the shape receptacle of the painter. Feed the red dye and then it paints and becomes the red circle like that. And outputs a red circle. Feed this red circle into the hub and you'll be able to level up from level 7. Okay, so that is how the painter works. Of course, if you have an existing color on the shape, the painter will just overwrite the color with a new color. So do be careful. Let's say you've got a red, you color it with blue. It's not going to become purple, it's gonna be blue. So it overwrites the existing color, that's all. Okay, it just paints over it. And then the output's just like that. So for painter, once we unlock the painter, we can do a lot. Firstly, of course, we can level up. Now let's talk about the upgrades first. With the painter, we can paint basic colors. So we are able to paint the half square, or rather 2 squares, like this is rectangle, but I prefer calling it a half square. We can paint it with blue paint. And then we can submit 1,500 of these for tier 2 mixing and painting. Mixing not yet, painting yes. Alright, we also can find this one somewhere. If you find long enough, you should be able to get this shape randomly generated around the map. If we're unlucky, we might have to wait on that tier 2 upgrade. If you can find this windmill shape in its original form, the gray colored one, just paint the red colored paint on the windmill. That will allow you to upgrade this mixing and painting tier 3. What are the requirements? On top of the 1,500 for tier 1, we need an additional 3,500 and we also need 5,000 red windmill. Anyway, that's it for painting though. We still cannot do much yet because a lot of the other colors are compound colors or composite colors like this one. So, with upgrades done, let's go to level up. We need to submit 800 of the red painted circle to level up from level 7 to level 8. That will also unlock the Rotator counterclockwise version. Here, it's a clockwise one. And press T for the counterclockwise. So now, instead of like rotating counterclockwise or rotating clockwise for a few times, you can now use this. Okay, never mind, forget it. Let me show it to you. Let me show, alright? It used to be like that, okay? If you cut, it becomes this and this. What if we want all the halves on top? Then, let's see, we have one clockwise rotation. Right, put it here. We have one on top. And then, we'll need to have this rotate one time like that. One more time like this, clockwise, right? And then one more like that. Of course, you can cascade them together to make it, you know, compact. So you can do it like this and like this. Okay, hang on, like that. Okay, I just wanted to show the different steps and that's all. So you have all of these on top. But with the counterclockwise one, it's very simple. Just put this here. Oops. Okay, never mind. Let's just do that. Okay, see that? It's all like that. So let me show it to you like this, and then the clockwise one. Oops. So that's the difference here. See that? See that? So it's like that. So one on this side, one on this side, just rotate in the right direction. So the counterclockwise one has its own use. We'll be able to make things a little bit more compact. Not that we want to do anything right now because we can improve it even further. So no point spending time right now improving the system. Not yet. Now, we're at level 8. We have no upgrades. Let's talk about level up. we need to paint the blue half square and submit it 1000 times to level up from level 8 to level 9. But since we are already supplying this as soon as we've unlocked the painter, it should be fine, because we'll be able to continue supplying this for future upgrades as well, and we can take the 1000 to level up. By going on to level 9, we unlock the color mixer. We can now make purple, the compound color, and here it is, the compound color. So how does a color mixer work? This is a color mixer. So the color mixer mixes 2 different dyes and outputs 1. So for purple, it'd be red and blue. For yellow, it'd be red and green. For cyan, would be blue and green. And for white, it'll be blue and green and red. So you can see here also, look, see? Red and green gives you yellow. Red and blue gives you purple. Blue and green gives you cyan, and combining all of them together gives you white. So what you can do is simply say, for example, you have purple, then you add green to it, and that's going to give you white. If you have cyan, add red to it, and it will give you white. And if you have yellow, add blue to it, and it will give you white. Let's talk about upgrading first. Now for upgrades, we're able to unlock tier 4 for the belts, distributor, and tunnels because it requires purple circles. So we need to submit 15,000 purple circles, 3,500 of these half circles, and 900 of the gray circles. With compound color, so we can also submit this one now. So we require 20,000 of the cyan ninja star, we require 10,000 of this quadrant, and we require 2,500 of the gray square for the tier 3 upgrade. And that's about it though for upgrades. Now for level up, we're in luck. Did I mention that we are submitting purple circles here for tier 3? We need to submit 1,400 purple circles to level up from level 9 to level 10. We unlock the compact merger. Now the compact merger is something unique in that it's just going to improve like the compactness of the factory here. It's not really going to give us new functionality other than just to, you know, like merge 2 tracks into one. So let's say, you know, the circle supply is very far away and we have a lot of capacity on the belt. So like maybe this output is not a lot. So you see a lot of different gaps on the belt, right? So what you can do is use a compact merger. Again, there's this one. So just go into number 2, this one, the balancer, okay? Use T to switch to compact merger. So it has this one, when you rotate, it takes like this input like that, okay? And then you can supply it this way. Then you can feed others into here too, like that. So like this, okay? So it will all merge into one. You can merge anything, of course, but you don't want to mess things up also, right? Okay, you can rotate that. This will go in the wrong direction, so what you need to do is press T. So now it goes in from the bottom and then rotate it. It goes in from the top and you get to mix this like that, and you get to mix this, and then now you have a very weird supply chain like that. Maybe for supplying the hub, but we don't supply the dyes directly to the hub, do we? Well, anyway, this is how it works. It's just a compact merger. It's basically merging a few things into one, especially you see that there are some gaps here. Okay, these are the future shapes, so maybe we don't have enough supply, so we can add one more that feeds this shape into the supply line so that there is no more gaps and we can have a better production rate. That's how the merger works. I think it's not possible to merge 3 into 1, or rather it also doesn't allow you to merge, like for example, let's see. So it's like an L-shaped merger, okay? So L-shaped merger into 1 from the bottom, 1 from the side, 1 from the top, 1 from the side, something like that, okay? It doesn't allow you to say, for example, you have 1 coming in from here, 1 coming in from here, and you want the output to go down, right? It's not possible. Okay, so in this case, you want to make it go down, it's not possible. What you have to do would be, so okay, for example, let's see, we want to merge this, and we want to merge, say for example this, and you want it to go up or down, doesn't matter. So like from the 2 sides, it's not possible to let it go there. So this one, it's not possible. What you have to do instead would be to take one of the sides, either this side or this side, okay? So for example, this side, all right? And it doesn't go up now, so it goes instead to here. So what we need to do is go here and then bring it upwards, like that. So it goes in here, and then goes up. So that is a little quirk about the compact merger. It doesn't take input from 2 opposite sides, it takes input from adjacent sides and then output them on the 3rd side. Again, with that done, then of course we don't really get a lot of upgrades because it's not really something new, so we don't get to upgrade anything. We just have to level up. For level up, why am I opening this? I said no upgrades, right? But because we are submitting this for the level up as well. We need to submit 20,000 for tier 3, right? For level up, we need 1,600. So we already supplied this. It's not difficult to level up from level 10 to level 11. As we level up, we unlock the stacker. And that also means that we unlock everything. So we have seen the belt, we've seen the balancer, we've seen the tunnel, extractor, cutter, rotator, this one's last, the mixer, the painter, and the trash. The stacker. The stacker is a very powerful tool because we can make a lot of complex shapes just like the color mixer. Anyway, let's go into upgrading first, right? So for upgrading, now we can see what we need to do to upgrade. And we need to provide this complex shape, this complex shape, this one. Basically, we can do everything right now. And we can just keep upgrading because we can just get all these complex shapes, just cut them, rotate them, stack them together. This one too, this one too, this one too, this one. Just keep stacking them on top of each other. That's all. Okay, now let's demonstrate how the stacker works. Firstly, let's have one shape in here. Let's have another shape in here. Any shape, okay? They can just stack together. Alright? So 2 squares. You want a smaller square on a bigger square? Sure. Take the stacker, put it here. How do we know which one is on top, which one is below? This has no arrow and it points to here. So it basically means that you are taking this input, stacking it on top of this input, and the output is this. If we were to cut this one, okay, and then trash this one, and then we have this. Okay, if we are going to stack 2 that are not fully shaped, let's see what happens then. So one of them is on the left, one of them is on the right, and then we do a rotation of this. And then it becomes one at the bottom, one at the left. Now let's do a stack. Okay, let's delete that first. Okay, we're stacking them. Right. So this stacks onto here, which means that there's going to be a little overlap there, right? And here we go. It's overlapped like that. So if we are going to stack this on top of another one that is cut, now this is going to stack on here. So what happens is that because this part is empty and this has something here, so when it stacks on top, this shape is going to go all the way to the bottom because there's no overlap. When there's no overlap, it goes right to the bottom. So what happens is that you're gonna have this little small half square at the bottom, on top of one full square. Let's take a look. You see that? So we're gonna have a small half square on top of a full square. However, if this is now rotated, if you want this to stack on it and these two to become smaller, then you need some kind of a situation like this. So maybe on top or at the bottom, doesn't matter. Okay, what if it's at the bottom then? You have a really complex shape like this. So what it means is that the main shape is this bottom half square, and then it takes this shape and stacks onto it. So you have a very tiny half square, a slightly smaller half square oriented from top to bottom at the side, and a very big half square at the bottommost layer. I think my on-screen animation should be able to help. So with this knowledge, we'll be able to make complex shapes, especially the level 18 shape. What we can do now is to provide some upgrades. For example, this one, the white circle with the blue windmill. And of course, we have one more. I think I'll be able to show it on screen here because this is already empty, so it's gonna appear on screen right now. Let's talk about the first level on top, this one first, okay? The upgrade for tier 5 requires a yellow circle stacked on a red ninja star. So let's take a look at how I made this one. It's a little bit complex, okay? But we have the ninja star supplying, so we don't need to make complex shapes. What happened was that I painted the gray ninja star red like that, so we have more because it starts to require a lot more. How much? Well, let me talk about it first. We require 40,000 red ninja stars with yellow circle. We require 40,000 of this. We require 35,000 of the purple circle, 7,000 of the half circle, and 2,000 of the gray circle. So here it is. Back to here, we have the red ninja star. For yellow, we need a complex color, or rather a compound color. Yellow is made by combining red and green. So you can see here, the red goes through the tunnel, goes out here, and then the green gets applied from here through the tunnel like that, supplies yellow, and then paints the circle yellow and supplies here. Okay. Similarly, we have a lot more circles being painted yellow and supplied here to these places where the stacker is. So you can see that the bottom is supposed to be red ninja star, and we add the yellow circle onto the red ninja star. So you can see that it goes on here, and then it goes out to here. A little bit space consuming, but it's fine, and we supply those to the hub. Now, tier 6 is simply taking tier 5, red ninja star with a yellow circle on it, and stack another white ninja star on that complex shape. Yeah, right. White star on top of that. White is a combination of 3 colors, so we start with the blue into here and the green to provide cyan. And then cyan, you just need to add red. Okay, cyan here, just need to add red. And that's it, you get white. And then just paint the white onto the gray star, you get a white star. And then just add the white star into whatever we were already making. These we've shown before, it's just a different setup here. As you can see here, it just goes through here, combined with a different color, goes through here, that's yellow, and you have the yellow circles added to the red stars. These are supplied to here, and we have the white stars added onto them to provide these complex shapes like that. See that? Really nice though, it looks really cool. How many do we need for the tier 5? We need 40,000 of these, 100,000 of these, and then 80,000, 17,000, and 5,000. By now, we should probably have 5,000. And if we do have 5,000, I think we can stop this supply because it's no longer necessary. Okay, I made a lot of mistakes with the tier. So basically, we start with tier 1, okay? To move on to tier 2, then we need to submit something. So this indicates that we are at tier 5 and we need something to go on to tier 6. So at tier 7 is everything. So at tier 6, we need to submit something. So we start with tier 1. To get tier 1, you need this. To get tier 2, you need this. And I made a mistake. It's always one after the one I said. So you'll hear some awkwardness in the tier names that I'm mentioning. Okay, for extraction, we can also upgrade now. All we need to do would be to supply this one. So we already have them. Let's talk about the tier... Okay, I just realized some mistake, so now I'm gonna say it correctly. To go to tier 6, we need this one. To go to tier 5, we need this one. How do we supply this shape? Now, I have already improved the system by then. I mean, I made some changes because I had to supply this, but I realized that I still want to supply more of this. So I went ahead and created a new system, and this system is way more streamlined, inspired by what Asymmetrical, one of my viewers, have taught me. So we start with red and blue, combine them like this in very compact setup. Alright. So with this compact setup, I'm able to just have a lot of purple color being produced. Of course, as we go towards the end, it starts to get lower in supply, just that we don't want to waste anything here. We try to minimize the wastage over here. So sometimes 1 or 2 slip past, but it's okay. That's good enough. Same for here. The green slips past a little bit, but otherwise it's mostly caught in here. So what happens is that the purple supply goes into a tunnel and exits here, and then gets added to the green one over here, and then we have the white color. So why do I have a little gap here? It's because if I ever add some supply, whether through tunnels going through here or along this way, I have the space to add them. So it's going to have like the compact merger go in here as it starts to taper off, just add it on, and then have this streamlined system go on. Once you have something like this, it's really easy to fix what is broken. Very, very easy. Right, so we have the white supply, it goes all the way back here. And then we supply it with the gray circle. We use the balancer to take out one, just supply it here and then paint white circles. And then as you go along, it starts to taper off again, and then we have a lot more slip by, but that is something unpreventable. So that's how we get to supply this one. And of course, to get this, it's very simple. Get the fan housing, you know, this like a portable fan kind of thing. Get this fan housing and then just stack this one on top of it. But no, I didn't do this. In fact, I actually built something else before I discovered that system. Of course, I built this. So I have the blue fan blades made separately from here. This is where the blue fan base is, like here. So I didn't want to like supply everything, because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna use the system anymore, so forget about it. Just supply what I had here. And the fan blades are from here, and what I have would be just these, you know, the fans. And do we need more? No, that's it. That's the last upgrade. We have enough. And for this one, we need to supply 40,000 here. See, 40,000, 100,000, 120,000, 60, and 15. And we get to upgrade to tier 5. Or rather tier 6. Again, I mess up. So should we click on the upgrade? Well, let's upgrade it to tier 6. Make extraction even faster. Why not? That will mess up a little bit of mojo though, because sometimes then you see a lot more overflow because of the speedier extraction, but so be it. We can always fine-tune those systems later. But let's do the upgrade right now. You see that? This is the insane shape we need to go to tier 7. But we have enough. 1.6 million of those. We're fine. We also need to submit these. We need to submit this. We need to submit this as well, which is what I am stuck at. We're now at level 17. We have to submit this one. So I'm just going to show the level 11 one because we just reached level 11, right? So we can show this. I'll show how to produce this to go on to level 12, and in the next episode we'll show more of these and these and maybe some others. Yeah, we showed a lot of these already, so I'll just finish this episode by showing this one and going to level 12. We just need to halve the circles, paint them in green, and then we need to take the ninja star shape and cut it in half and maybe even rotate the other one so that we have 2 supply, and then paint it in cyan. Of course, to make the cyan color you have to combine the green and the blue color. Again, this was before I fine-tuned the system, so it's a little bit messy, not compact. Okay, you can see here already, you can see all the supply here, alright? But anyways, just have this painted cyan like that, you can see here. Okay, and then you can see this cyan shape here, right? Just add this because they are 2 separate shapes stacked together, and we need 1,800 of these to level up. Also, we need this for tier 4 to go to tier 4, I guess. 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4. How many do we need? We need 25,000, 5,000, and 6,000 to go to tier 4. In the next episode, I will talk more about how to get these and these. Hope you enjoyed this episode and found it useful. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. That's all I have for now. Have a nice day.